Alrighty guys, here's the deal. This is a Jeep Cherokee, okay? I don't know what year, but that doesn't matter. Now the reason I'm over here, and as you can see, where as you notice, I'm in the oil change department area. Okay, that is because I was summoned over here or asked to come over here to put this vehicle in a particular mechanic stall. I have no problem with that. Alright, now I want to show y'all something. That is because this vehicle is equipped with this. A Cherokee. I didn't know there was many Cherokees out there with a manual transmission. This is called a manual transmission. Some would call it a stick. Now, 10 years ago, about a decade ago, the old JT would be laughing his ass off at the guy that couldn't pull this in his stall. All right, these guys are young, guys, 18, 19, they fresh out of high school, want to be a mechanic when they grow up. I have no problem with that. I was once in their shoes, so I get it. But I have matured over the years, over the decade. I have matured. This is no laughing matter. This is no longer funny, guys. I have come to the conclusion that these guys can't drive a stick simply because they haven't been exposed to it. Yeah, all right. They just simply haven't been exposed to vehicles that are equipped with sticks. So you're never going to learn. I didn't learn until I was exposed to it. Now that I'm exposed to it and realize or understand the inner and outer workings of a manual transmission, yeah, it comes with ease. All right. So here's what JT gonna do, the nice guy JT. When I get some time, all right, and we have not a customer car, but we have one on the lot, used car, I'm gonna teach this guy how to drive a stick. First, we got to go over some basics. All right. Why a stick or why a manual transmission even exists in the first place? What are the advantages of driving a manual transmission as opposed to an automatic transmission? We're going to cover all of that, and then we're going to hop in and I'm going to show him 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you need to shift gears. There's a clutch down there. They need to as well understand how a clutch works and why a clutch is needed as it relates to a manual transmission. Okay, so with this maturity I have now garnered, that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not laughing at these guys anymore because this is not funny. Now, daddies, fathers, if you have a son, teenage son, yeah, back in the day you used to have to or emergency brake, parking brake. This comes in handy when you're dealing with a stick. All right, sometimes you need to leave it in neutral and shut it off. Just simply apply the parking brake. In other cases, just say you're on the hill, we tend to leave it in gear, set the parking brake. The car will not roll backwards or frontwards for that matter. But my point is, when I get some time, guys, yes, I'm taking this guy. We're going to sit down and talk about a stick. Like I say, why it's needed, why was it even invented, why this, why that. And we're going to go for a ride. He's going to watch me do it. And I'm going to get in the car with him because the thinking is the same. All right. So you're dealing with RPM. You're dealing with a lot of factors as it relates to the stick. Also, you need every item on your body, meaning that left foot, right foot, you need this left hand, you need this right hand. You need all of those to work this vehicle. So if you handicap in any way, it's going to be hard. Okay. I'm not cracking jokes. That's true. All right. So, but for the most part, I did not mind moving this car. I'm taking it around to the front. He's done the oil change. I put it on his lift so he can let it up and perform his job. All right. No sense in pretending that I don't see him struggling over there and ignore him when he called me and watch him have a wreck because he was just bouncing up and down trying to get it in here. Yes, we're not going to do that. JT to the rescue. Y'all stay tuned, man. I think, yeah, we're going to go over that. Yeah. Yes. The new and improved JT 2.0. Mr. Nice Guy. All right. One point I said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm past that stage, guys. Yeah. I got to go, man. That's all I have. Thanks for watching.